What's going on, everybody? This is our box in the ladies' room with Lena Taylor, the first lady of boxing, aka Smiley. And today I got a bonus for you all. We're gonna talk about how to fight a runner, a guy like Mayweather or Ali, a guy that's always backpedaling, he's dancing, he's moving his head, he's twisting, he's turning, and you just can't hit this guy. So today I'm gonna give you 4 major tips that you need to work on so that you can have a better chance with this cat. The first is gonna be stop chasing him. The second is gonna be have a unstoppable rhythm. The third is gonna be able to mirror his style like the snake. Like Bruce Lee said, be like water. You know what I'm saying? Water forms with the cup, it crashes, it bends to whichever environment it's in. And number 4 is going to be train your own head movement and footwork. All right. So on the topic of stop chasing the fighter. See, in physics and science, it makes no sense to engage a runner first or to take your energy and your power and your body and thrust it at the opponent. Because in that situation, you are off balance and you have given that fighter the edge. See, energy is not lost. So when this guy he's luring you in, he's allowing you to chase him. He's almost like the snake. He's almost dancing with you and pulling you towards him. And then at any moment, he stops and he strikes you. Like the snake, he stops and bites you, or he stops and he turns off course. See, you have been following his course. He's created a line and you follow the line. You turn, you follow the line. So when he stops and bangs you, your momentum flies into his momentum. And now you're getting hit way harder than you would have gotten hit if you would just stop, force him into the center of the ring where you guys can trade evenly on an even playing field. Same thing as when you rush him and he turns on you and strikes you. It's the same thing. He's using your momentum to throw you off balance, to pretty much put you in a very dangerous position, because at the end of the day, you're not in control. You think you're in control because you're powerfully rushing at him. But at the end of the day, he's in control. He's luring and guiding you. He's almost pulling you with a string. You just don't see it that way because you're trying your hardest to get to him. Sometimes you got to mess with these guys and you got to stop in the center of the ring and you wait till he comes to you to engage in the fight. Sometimes you shouldn't strike first. If it comes down, it's a chess match. If it comes down to the referee telling you guys to box, I'd rather take that risk than put myself in a compromising situation for the sake of what? Ego? Machoism? At the end of the day, you're still putting yourself in a very dangerous situation. Now, I won't say that there are some people who cannot operate well in this type of environment, but that goes into other different elements that we're not talking about here. We're talking about people who have difficulty fighting a runner. So tip number 2, the runner generally is a good dancer. They have a nice rhythm. They operate in a certain pattern, and they've mastered this pattern to the point where you don't even know what the pattern is, so it throws you off. And a lot of time it throws you off because you don't have your own rhythm that can counteract this pattern. It's almost like when you hear a beat, you know what I mean? And then you hear an even better beat and you're like, man, that one sucks, you know? So you want to, I would always advise, and this is a very tricky thing to train, but I will always advise, find your favorite song, whether it be salsa, whether it be reggae, whether it be hip hop, it could be freaking classical music. If you find yourself in classical music, then that's your rhythm. and you train and you rock and you slip and you duck and you turn and you punch on that rhythm, and you find a beat, and you push, rock side to side, you bounce, and you let your feet work, learn that pattern, and you adopt that pattern. In a more advanced stage, learn a new pattern and a new pattern and a new pattern and a new pattern, because every fighter is not going to work the same, but you are in a better position if you have a rhythm that you know, that only you know, and no one can take from you. No one can throw you off that rhythm, no matter what they do. If you don't establish a rhythm within yourself, if you're just a regular basic boxer and you just punch, you might be strong, you might have good tactics and all this other stuff, but you don't have an internal rhythm that beats inside of you, somebody's going to throw you off of your game. It is what it is. That is a fact. Tip number 3. You need to learn how to mimic and mirror your opponent. Now, this kind of goes back into martial arts and to some old ancient type of stuff. Another example I can come up with is, if you ever go look at the people who they are trying to catch the snake. So their hand, they're luring the snake and they're mimicking the snake's movements and body language with their hand, and as soon as the snake strikes, they've already been mimicking and on the same path as the snake, so they're able to jump off path or whip around the snake and grab the snake by the neck. So, and another thing, I like what Bruce Lee said. Bruce Lee said, be like water. You know what I'm saying? Water forms to the cup. You know, it forms and it adapts to the situation and it crashes, but it also forms and it flows perfectly with whatever environment that it's in. And you need to learn how to mimic somebody. See, mimicking someone they've been practicing this pattern for weeks or years or whatever, but in this moment you mimic it. You are able to adopt and copycat them, to throw them off or to put them in a position to not throw you off. So when they do strike, you're already on the same pattern and rhythm as they are. It's almost like you learn them instantly. You need to practice that. That is an art and it is a skill, and it is very helpful when you're finding someone who is confusing you. Especially the people who like to put their hand out in your face and tap you and flinch and faint and do all these little movements. You mimic the movements and then you'll catch the snake. Now, I will say that all of these things, I can't really help you with them unless I was really coaching or training you. But if you're smart and you understand what I'm saying and you apply these things to your style of your boxing, they will help you to be a better fighter. And I'm going to end with tip number 4, which is just basically training your own head movement and footwork. Just in watching people train, some people just don't believe that defense wins championships. Just like they say in basketball, defense wins games because it preserves you for longer. If you can hit and not get hit, you're going to be a very tough opponent. So when you're in your boxing, spend days and time where you work on your head movement. There are many different exercises that we can go through. You know, bounce on your feet, find footwork drills, find salsa patterns, find capoeira patterns. Do what you need to do to learn footwork. Do stepping, step front, step back, step side. You know, step to the left, step to the right, step in circles, step in patterns. You know what I mean? Establish your own ability to mobilize in the ring effectively and creatively. Because remember, boxing is an art. It's just like you're painting. You're drawing, you're painting yourself across the ring. It is a sweet science, but most importantly, I like to say it is a sweet physics. And if you like the information that you've heard today, please like it, share it, comment on it, and If you would like to reach out to me for us to work together further, or for more tips, or we could collaborate on ideas, please hit me up. My information is going to be in the comment section. And you all have a wonderful day. This is I Box in the ladies' room with Lena Taylor, the first lady of boxing. And we're bringing boxing tips back to back to back. I love you guys.